Oh yeah, what's going on YouTube? Nick here. Thanks for coming by the channel. Thanks for coming back. And in this video, we're going to talk about my Lyft driver pay, how much I made last week, talk to you about a couple things that happened, give you my best tips of the week, the best tips on YouTube. Hey, listen, if you're here and you're an Uber driver or Lyft driver, you're on the best channel for rideshare tips to help you earn more money, to make you a better driver. Don't forget about our free Dashcam giveaway. Link is in the description. I've been driving for over 2 years. I've given over 5,000 rides. I've driven in the economy modes, Uber X, Lyft, and now I've upgraded my vehicle and I drive primarily in the premium modes. That's Uber XL, Lyft XL, Lyft Lux, Lux Black, Lux Black XL. So I have a very wide range of experience. And I want to share everything that I've learned, how I went from driving in the economy modes, Uber X modes, and upgraded, and learned how to triple my income as a premium driver and give you my best tips and everything that I've learned along the way. So if you're here, you might want to think about subscribing, ring the bell so you know when I come out with another video and you've learned the best tips on YouTube today. I also want to mention our free Dashcam giveaway. The link is in the description. Go ahead, click the link and sign up and get entered for the free Dashcam. Everybody could use one. It's the Vanture N2 Pro. I have it right here on my dash. So here's the front view. So it's a nice HD camera in the front. Do I have any specs here? Yeah, it's 1440. You can see it right there in the description. 1440. If it focuses. 1440p HD, Super HD on the front. And in the back, it also has a rear facing for the cabin, so inside your car. And that also swivels so you can get a good adjustment on it, good positioning. So here's the camera. This is the one we're giving away. It's the one that I use. Also, it comes with an HD card. You got to put the HD card in here. SD card. So it has a little SD card you can put in there. I have a couple different plugs to use. Super camera. Love this thing. If you want to see how it works, go to my channel. There's a couple of videos. Maybe I'll put the link in the description. A couple of videos that I use with the dash cam that are pretty cool, so you can see how it works. But what I want to get into right now is a screen recording. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on in my Lyft app and show you the pay and show you my rewards, things like that, everything that happened. So let me start a screen recording. By the way, I would love to hear how much money you guys made last week. Things were slow prior. Last week was pretty good. You know, it was decent. It wasn't as great as I'd like it to be. And I also haven't been driving as much. So I've been spending more time working on my business and less time driving. So I haven't made as much money as I usually do. I usually make around probably 20% more than what I'm about to show you. So I think on the screen was $832 for the week. Probably made about $1,000 a week on each on Uber and Lyft. By the way, I'll do another video about my Uber pay. So I drive for both. I drive for both Uber and Lyft, and the other video on Uber will be in a link in the description. So if you want to check out that video, feel free. And then it'll probably be right here. So go ahead and click the card right there and you can check out the video as well. So I'm sitting at the airport right now, Logan Airport. I got a little bonus attached. There was a bonus here a little while ago. When I click on the queue, let's see, Lyft XL, I'm number 5, Black XL, I'm number 4, Lux Black 6, and then Lux 7. So here's the deal. The Lyft XLs are the most popular out of these categories. Like I said, I drive in the premium mode, so I won't be doing the Lyft economy mode. I'll be waiting for Lyft XL. So there's my positioning. There's 4 cars ahead of me, 632. But what I want to see is my pay for last week. So in order to do that, we go into the dashboard and wait for the menu to come up. Lyft is always so slow. And then we're going to pull this. How did I do last week? So far this week, $103.42. I was on book time for 1 hour and 29 minutes. Online time for 8 hours and 46 minutes. Online is the time I was sitting waiting, like I'm doing right now. And then book time is the amount of time I actually spent driving. So if you divide that, 103 divided by 1.5, 1.5 hours. So 103 divided by 1.5. So that's $68 per hour yesterday driving, actual drive time. Now, the time I sit around waiting, look, I'm making videos. I'm doing other things that are productive and help me advance myself in my life. So that's what I say to you if you are thinking about upgrading your vehicle. Be ready for downtime. Be ready to be sitting around and waiting a lot because the rides they don't come like they do when you're driving in the Lyft economy modes. So with that being said, and even drivers that are in the economy mode, my advice to you is always be productive. I don't think that you want to be an Uber driver and a Lyft driver for your entire life. So you need to have an exit strategy and you need to be productive. So have a book at least do research online, educate yourself, figure out what it is you want to do, what's your next move, and if you have an exit strategy, please comment below. I would love to hear what you plan on doing. My exit strategy is an internet marketer. I try to make money online as much as possible. Still in the infancy of my business, so it's growing. I make progress every single day. So that's my advice to you right now, is do the same. So, but let's go into my driving history. After you're in the dashboard, you go to driving history. And then we want to go last week. So February 3rd to February 9th. Let's see what my total was. 805 and 10 cents was the total for the week. Rides 31, book time 11 hours 17 minutes, and then online time was 2 days and 5 hours. So if 2 days, that's 48 hours plus the 5, so it's 53 hours online, which is pretty typical. I mean, I can easily put in 60 hours online time as a full-time driver, and just so you know, like, I don't work every weekend, but every other weekend typically, because I have my daughter every other weekend. So when I don't have her, I'm out driving. So again, in the way I like to look at it, I don't always look at book time, but I mean, the best average for you to see is, and I think for everybody, I think this is the way to do it, is per ride. So $805, 10 cents, but you know what? Let's subtract tolls. So I want to do, tolls. So we'll take 805 minus 21.95. So 805 was my total, minus 21.95 equals this, and that's 31 rides. Yeah. Divide that by 31 rides, and we're at $25 per ride. That's right on target with my average. That's where I like to see. If I'm below that, it's, not as good. If it's above that, then I know I did really good that week. But $25 per ride in the premium modes, this is where you want to be. I mean, I drive in Boston, Massachusetts, so that's the mark for me here. If anybody else has a higher rate per ride, I would love to see it. Please comment below. I would like to see if I need to get my game up. The reason I share these numbers is because I think it's good for other drivers to see, because I want you to, be able to gauge on how you're doing, and, maybe you want to step up your game. Maybe you need to make more money. And I want to make sure that these numbers are out there so you can determine and you can evaluate. But going back, and 11, we'll do 11 and a half hours actual book time. So 805 divided by 11 and a half, just to see them both, 805 divided by 11.5. And that's $70 an hour. So on book time. So when I'm driving, I'm earning $70 an hour. When I'm not driving, I'm trying to stay productive. I know this is a big controversy for everybody. They're like, oh, you have to calculate in your total online time, and that's how much money you're making as a Uber driver and a Lyft driver. Well, that's not actually the case, because like I said, I'm being productive with my time when I'm sitting around, okay? I'm not just sitting there watching videos, wasting my life away. So, and I don't want you to do that either. And I say this because I see so many people do it. I'm at the airport. Everybody's on their phone, right? Like, nobody's doing anything productive. I got my computer. So, I mean, bring your laptop. Bring your laptop, okay? I got my computer with me. I'm always staying productive, okay? Your biggest mistake, sorry, I need to get that back in focus. Your biggest mistake that you can make is thinking that you have enough time. You don't have a whole lot of time. Things are going to get worse before they get better. If you're in a bad financial situation, you need to get your butt in gear, and you need to keep hustling, okay? You need to start hustling if you're not, and then you need to keep hustling. Time is not on your side. Uber and Lyft are in a race to develop autonomous vehicles. Your best bet, at least start putting money away, and then when they do come out with autonomous vehicles, maybe you can buy a Tesla, and you can have that Tesla go out and drive for you and make money for you. So I don't know if the insurance is going to be on that, but I'm just saying, I plan on getting one. I'll definitely get one. If they have autonomous vehicles for rideshare, I'll buy a Tesla, and I'll have it go out there and make money, and I don't have to drive. I mean, that's a really good use of your time. But back to this. So ride earnings, $613. Tips, $34. So these tips were well below where I want to be. So $613, 10% would have been 61. My mark is 10%. I can't explain why people didn't tip this week. It's not cool. So, but $613.75, $34 in tips. That's like 5% in tips. Bonuses are $130. I'm really happy about that. That's a good mark for bonuses. So out of the rides, so So you take 130 in bonuses, and you divide that into 613, I think it was. So that's 21% in ride bonuses. Now, I want to show you, there's going to be, I have a little screen recording and a picture of a ride bonus that I got. So about $40 of that was like this huge ride bonus. And okay, so here's tip number 2. Number 1 was stay productive, have something to do in your downtime. Tip number 2 is be consistent, because I would not have gotten this ride bonus right here that you're watching. I would not have gotten this ride bonus if I didn't stay consistent. I was out late every single night that I have off, that I don't have my daughter with me. I'm out driving and I stay out late. I don't care if I'm only making $5. I'm going to stay out because I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to do one more ride. And the whole reason that I got this $39 bonus is because I stayed consistent. And I was out and I was looking for it. And I'm looking for bonuses. And I'm trying to find where all the people are at. And I go out at night because during the day, it's not everybody's out. And there's public transportation. And you can't, there's people just taking the public transportation. They're taking the T, they're taking the bus, they're taking Uber X, and I don't want to do that all day without a bonus. Like if I'm doing Uber X, if I'm doing Lyft economies, I want a bonus attached. That's how I roll. My car is not good on gas, so if I'm going to take an Uber X, I got to have a bonus attached just to cover my cost in gas, especially in the city. I try to stick to highway rides. So, all right, now going back. All right, cancel earning $5. Blah 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 blah. Let's check out a day. Here we go. Ride history. What was my best day? So I always like to, I'll do my best day and do my worst day. So February, Saturday. Okay. So I'm not surprised that Saturday was my best day. And like I said, I also drove with Lyft. So this is not the total money that I made. So check the link in the description below for my Uber pay for the week too, if you want to compare. I got a nice tip on yesterday, so I want to share that with you. I always like sharing something nice. Let's keep it positive, huh? By the way, comment below, how much money did you make for last week? I'd love to hear it. And here we go. This is a nice Lux ride. So this is tip number 3 for you right here, okay? Tip number 3. Have business cards, because a couple reasons for this. So I have business cards ready to go. Bam, Nick's Black Car Service, and then flip it around, and then there's my number and stuff, call or text. I keep it simple on my cards, let that focus. I keep it simple on my cards, nothing big. But the thing is, I got into the car with this guy, and look, $60 ride, and then tips was $14.87. Really good tip right there. And I think part of the reason, it's twofold, right? So he got in the car. I checked, I said, oh, is the temperature okay for you? The music, I think the music was off actually, but I asked him if the temperature was okay. Real quick, asked him, got into conversation. I knew he was going to the airport. I'm like, oh, do you fly a lot? Yes, he does. I said, and then something came up in the conversation. I don't remember exactly, but he had mentioned how it was really hard getting a ride this morning. It took me like 15 minutes to get to him. I'm really happy that he waited. And I thanked him for waiting. I said, thank you very much for waiting. He was ready to go right when we got out. So I thanked him for waiting. He did mention how it took a long time. And right away, that was my opportunity to pull out my card. I'm like, well, could I give you my card? I live in the area. It's very easy to schedule with me. You can call me, let me know when you want to get picked up, typically the night before, and then I show up, and then you can request the ride right there through Lyft. And then I'm in close proximity, and then that way we get matched up and you can schedule with me. And he said yes. He took my card. Now, it doesn't guarantee every time that they're going to call you, okay? But I always like to hand my card for anybody that rides in the premium modes, because it's big money rides, and these are the rides that we want. It's tough competition out there. So I give him my card, and then, from there I was able to strike a conversation, because he said that he was a typical morning, put the kids on the bus, and then ordered a ride. Okay. So then I struck up the conversation about the kids. How many kids do you have? I mentioned that I have kids, so we got the conversation going. So there's two parts, right? I got the conversation going. I was very friendly and polite. I catered to him. I asked him if I thanked him. And then I also asked him if the temperature was okay. And then number 2, I gave him a card. So those two things right there, almost every time that I give a card and able to strike a conversation, get some conversation going, and then present the card, I almost always get a tip because of that. Now, I don't always get the call back, but I always get a decent tip. I think 90 to 95% of the time I'll get a tip because of that. So get your cards too. If you want to learn more about how much money I make as a Lyft driver, click the video on the screen. And thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.